Um, I don't know. You know what the guy at the gun store told me? He said, "Don't brandish as a truck driver. Don't brandish your weapon and ever point it out the window." He says he told me a 357 will go right through your truck door. So he said, cross your arms, hide your gun, and if one of those little motherfuckers climbs up on your step, shoot him right in the belly, right through your truck door. That way, when they try and convict me of a crime, his blood is going to be all over the door of my truck. It's a slam dunk from my defense attorney. The guy was trying to come in my window.
Along with pieces of your door inside of him. It's fantastic.
Exactly. Yes.
Along with glass and everything else. Oh, God.
Yeah, if the window's down, there would be some glass in his body.
Sir, it's an absolute honor to be live with you. I've been watching you, listening to you. Look, you know, it's one of those things, you know. People view you a certain way. Me, I love you like a family member. And you know, some of the most flawed people are the most loyal. And that's what a lot of people just don't understand about, for instance, the Delray Misfits. You guys are a close group of individuals that no one's ever going to be able to understand or ever going to be able to get. And you know what? I'm cool with that.
Yeah, my best friend Lenny sucks black dick.
Jay, we all got problems. We've all got problems.
Mine aren't that bad.
Well, anyway, it's an honor. I gotta go to bed because, you know, I gotta be working in the morning. I work for Publi, as the Cubans say. By the way, everyone, if you're in the South Florida region, you're watching this live. Right now, the three main districts, as far as Palm Beach County, Broward County, and Dade County, as far as Publix, right now, which happened about a month ago, our deliveries are being cut in that in one delivery we may be expecting 3,300 pieces, but in fact we get 1,700. We're experiencing this again. What I'm trying to say is we're going into July and August, September, hurricane season. We don't know what's coming. We don't know what's on the horizon. If you got a mother that goes to the damn grocery store and she sees something that, okay, I'll put it off next time I go. No. When you're there and you see something that you may need in the future, just go ahead and grab it. Because we have no idea what the fuck's going on.
I think President Trump should stop truck drivers from entering cities that have riots, because it takes literally 3 days of no trucks for grocery store shelves to be empty, and we can starve out these protesters.
You know, the scary part is, Jay, not only what you're saying is true, I've seen it happen in 2 days. So something's got to give. Something has absolutely got to give. And it just has to.
The conservative people are ready to vote in November. People that aren't out there protesting are just waiting to vote.
You know, and here's the thing, Jay. I live in Riviera Beach, where some would consider the murder capital of the world. My home is very close to the water. I'm only about, I would say, about 300 yards from the water.
I delivered liquor in Riviera Beach for 3 years.
And God watched over you.
No, you know what? People in the hood don't fuck with you during the daytime. If you got business there, you're a businessman. They do not fuck with you. But if I was to go back there at midnight, being some kind of smartass, they would probably kill me.
Rob you, whatever. Choke you, stab you, shoot you, something. It'll be something. Um, you know, it's really interesting, and a lot of people, like here in Riviera Beach, you have a lot of people that consider themselves Christian, and when you have a sit down conversation with the older black folks that live here in Riviera Beach that consider themselves Christian, and you ask them certain questions, they begin to realize they're actually more conservative than they are liberal.
Yes, because they experienced real racism back in the 60s.
Hey, Riviera Beach, do you remember who the first sheriff was?
No.
Burt Reynolds' dad. You hear me, boy?
Yeah.
Does anyone know that? Burt Reynolds' father was the first sheriff of Riviera Beach. And when they were making Smokey and the Bandit, there were conversations that Burt Reynolds was having with the director, who was a former stuntman. And they're talking about his dad and how his dad would say son of a bitch. His dad wouldn't say son of a bitch. His dad would say some bitch. Gleason overheard them. And so Gleason began to question Burt Reynolds about his father, how he would talk. If you noticed in that movie, which I really don't know the origins of Burt Reynolds' father.
I know everything there is to know about Smokey and the Bandit.
Well,
I'm a Burt Reynolds fanatic. And I'm a Pontiac Trans Am fanatic.
That car, wouldn't that car top out at 160, 180?
That was a pretty lame 400 because it had all the smog emissions on it.
You know, and the way Jackie Gleason was speaking that movie, and you would have to be born and raised down here in South Florida and the South to understand the difference.
Well, from what I know about Smokey and the Bandit, is Jackie Gleason was drunk on Jack Daniels through the entire shooting, and he refused to read his lines, and he refused to practice with any other actors. He basically ad-libbed through the entire movie. That's why if you watch that movie closely, everyone in the background is waiting for what he says because they don't know what he's going to say.
Oh my God, if that's true, that is just absolutely mint and just proves how great Jackie Gleason was. Oh my God. Oh, the scenes in that movie. One of the most underrated scenes is when he and the son are in the car, the characters. They're in Arkansas. They're trying to set up a roadblock. The Arkansas sheriff, who happens to be black. That's when the Pontiac. Exactly. That's when the Pontiac Trans Am takes that leap. We all know that car was totaled. But he's on the radio with him. And there's just subtle little things where, like, he's like, you know, this is Sheriff Buford Justice from Texas. Texas, are you aware that you're out of your jurisdiction? Yeah, but I'm in high-speed pursuit.
Right.
And he's like, you're right. The fact that you're a sheriff is not germane to the situation. You got the goddamn Germans have got nothing to do with it. Daddy, shut up and one shit at a time. It was fantastic. Those scenes, oh my God. Yes, I have the DVD. I'm going to have to go back and watch it now.
Oh, yeah,
anyway.
I owned Smokey and the Bandit for years. I lost the DVD during one of my moves, but I've seen that movie hundreds of times. And I love Sally Field to death. When she puts her fat little legs up on the dashboard with her cute little feet, and she says these are dancers' legs, and he says cowboys love fat
calves. Well, they're bigger than mine. What do you want to talk about legs? Well, one of us does. Anyway, Jay, I love you. I'll talk to you later. I got to go to bed. I'm on my fifth malt liquor. Be careful and keep it cold.
I'm safe.
Keep it cold, if you know what I mean.
All right, bro.
Love you.
There you guys go. That's conservative Cuban. Great guy. never thought I would meet someone who loved the movie Smoking the Bandit as much as myself. But I guess they're out there. And I love Burt Reynolds. You kidding me? Bayou Bullshitter must have got scared. That Kenworth Jerry Reed had was clean. I don't like those old school trucks, to be honest. But that scene when Burt Reynolds shows up at Jerry Reed's house, and he backs that black Trans Am up, and he pulls it out of the trailer. You got to listen to the exhaust notes come out of that car. And I happen to know that even though the 455 engine was not available in 77 or 78 when they filmed that movie, the stuntmen who did all the stunts in Smoking the Bandit insisted that 400 be plucked out of that car, and they put a 455 in all the stunt cars for the torque. Yeah, a 455 Pontiac is a 7.5 liter. It's just a nasty, nasty mule-kicking motor. Yeah, I don't think the Bayou Bullshitter is going to join us. What can you do? Try not to get too drunk. Oh, Keenan is on here. What's up, Oblo Spendito? Yeah, that Stallone movie where he's an arm wrestler is stupid. Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to bring on David Marino, if he accepts. One of my really good friends who happens to be African-American, but he's a truck driver and a badass. Do you own any revolvers, Big J? Yeah, I got a Ruger Super Red Hawk 44 Magnum with a 9 3/4 inch barrel, and I've shot a couple of deer with it. It's got blood on it. I probably shot a couple dozen porcupines with that gun too. Hauling corn out to my deer blind. I used to always find fucking porcupines, and I used to waste them with my 44 mag. David, you're Puerto Rican? Shit, I just called you a fucking black guy. I'm sorry. I don't know. Yeah, Brad refused to go live twice. Jason Blaha used to unarmed men. Nah. I want to shoot a hog. You know, I've been trying to get the Misfits to do a hog hunt. I think I almost have Andrew talked into it. Imagine me, Brad, Andrew, and Lenny at a hunting camp where we go out and shoot hogs. That would be good. Yeah, rip the mail brick, yeah. Brad would go, I'm telling you. I might have to loan him a gun, but He'd go. Plus, up there at Hog Camp, we need Valerie to tend the fire. There's a rumor going around that Prince Andrew is secretly a sadistic psychopath. Thoughts? No. Andrew is a whole lot like me. Just jaded by women because we got burned in the past. Where Brad is more of a lover. Brad will hop in a monogamous committed relationship 2 weeks after he left his last committed homogamous relationship. Is that a word, homogamous? Yeah. Me and Andrew are quite alike. Did you deer hunt in Michigan? Fuck yes. That's where I got my taste for guns, was deer hunting in Michigan. Started out just deer hunting with a 12 gauge shotgun with a slug, because in lower Michigan you can't use rifles. Then I got a cabin up in northern Michigan where I could use a rifle, and I got a 7mm Magnum bolt action. Thing shot like a fucking laser beam. 7mm Magnum is really my favorite cartridge. And you guys can look it up. It may not have the power of a 300 Magnum, but it shoots better. See, when I bought my 7mm Magnum, it was sighted in for 175 grain bullets, and I took it to the range, and it was the scope that was on the gun was dead on, and when I brought a box of 150s because I knew 150s are going to go faster than 175s. When I put that first 150 grain bullet in my 7mm, it was shooting like 6 inches high at 100 yards. That's how much faster of a bullet with a 150 grain is over the 175. So I dialed in my scope for 150s, and that's all I used in Michigan to shoot deer, was a 7mm Magnum with 150 grain bullets. That gun is like a laser fucking beam. You look through the scope on a 7mm Magnum, and if you can see the deer through twigs or branches, it doesn't matter. If you can see the deer through your scope, that's where the bullet's going. And a lot of guys shoot rifles that have more of an arced trajectory, and which is, you're kind of lobbing it in there. Well, you might hit that branch or that twig. That's why I like 7mm mag with 150 grain bullets, because it shoots where the crosshairs on the scope are. It goes where you put the crosshairs. Now, with a lesser gun, you might have the crosshairs of the scope on the deer, but the way the trajectory of that bullet is, you're lobbing it in there, so it might hit a branch. Now with a 7 mag, it goes where you sent it. Yeah, I think for deer-sized game, the 7mm Magnum is the ultimate weapon. You can't get anything better than a 7 mag, because it shoots like a laser beam. Have you met Brad's kids? I've met his adult son. Real good guy. Real good kid with a good head on his shoulders. I like Brad's son. Is Adam small in real life? Adam McLeod? No, Adam McLeod is like 6'4", 260. When will you go back to Mommy's pool? About 10 weeks from now, Labor Day weekend. My grandpa, he had a 7mm for deer hunting in Wisconsin. That thing did a number on deer. Laughing out loud. Plenty of power, my God. Yeah. Like, for a lot of people, they think 30-06 is the ultimate deer hunting round. Well, a 7 mag has more gunpowder and a smaller bullet. So it's going to go faster and it's going to shoot flatter. Look at the ballistic charts on paper. 7 mag outperforms a 30-06 every day and twice on Sunday. Jay, will you go live with my buddy, Official Kid Chocolate? Yeah, sure. I still don't have any requests to go live. Where did you get your Michigan travel bag on wheels? What? What's your favorite booze? Captain Morgan's spiced rum. Period. Oh, you guys don't be trashing Adam McLeod. He's like the sheriff or the town mayor of the internet. You say something wrong, Adam McLeod has to go live the next day, clear things up. Where would we all be without Adam McLeod? All you drink is spiced rum, anything in close second? I like tequila. If you could only do 3 lifts for the rest of your days, what would they be? Well, that's easy, because when I was a teenager, the reigning Mr. Olympia was Lee Haney. And I read an interview with Lee Haney in Muscle and Fitness back in the 80s. And Lee Haney, he said he bases an entire program around bench, squat, and bent over rows. And Lee Haney himself said, I can get in pretty decent shape just doing those 3 lifts. And if you look at the muscles involved in the squat, the bench, and the bent over barbell row, you're basically hitting every single muscle in your body. So I think the bench, the squat, and the bent over barbell row is actually better for mass development than the bench, squat, and deadlift like powerlifters do. So, yeah, we gotta work on McLeod. He had plenty of booze there, but he didn't have ice. He didn't have mixers. He didn't have any cigars. Like, if McCuck wants to have a decent podcast, he's gonna have some mixers, some ice, and some cigars. And then I could get a couple of cool people to show up. But we show up to Adam's place for his McCucketing, and he's got like bottles of booze, but that's it. What kind of cigars you like? I don't have enough time to answer that. I got the countdown, 25 seconds remaining. I like a mild cigar. I don't need something crazy strong. Something I can enjoy. Yeah, I just tried calling Big Swole. It's not picking up his phone now. Mac from Toronto, no, you're not coming in our group chat. You're insane. What do you think about the return of the Rat Pack? Never heard of it. Let's try and get Big Swole on here. I can't go live on YouTube yet. Did you ever get with the blue heels? No. Her face was enough to crack glass. If Official Kid Chocolate comes on here, I'll go live with him, Raw Rod. No, I could never top Meow Man 650. Meow Man could never do that again either. Kid Chocolate hasn't sent me a request. Mac from Toronto, why don't you go live? Let's see your face, you fucking lunatic. Kid Chocolate, you got a request. There you are. Kid Chocolate finally requested. All right, we're waiting for Kid Chocolate. I'm doing this because Raw Rod said he's a good guy. I approve Kid Chocolate. He's just being a pussy. I don't know what's Adam Pollard's troll account. I text message with Adam Pollard, and he's never told me he's back on Instagram. Kid Chocolate, what's up? I approve your request. You're lying. There's Kid Chocolate again. Sent a second request. I accepted it. Come on, Kid Chocolate. What's up, brah? I don't know why I won't let you join me, Kid Chocolate. I just accepted it, brah. Kid Chocolate, I'm sorry. I keep trying to accept your request, and it somehow isn't taking. I'm bored with this. Kid Chocolate is Mac Truck. I doubt it. From what I've heard, Mac Truck is like the biggest douchebag in the fitness industry. That's why he works for Mark Loveliner. Kid Chocolate, I just asked you to go live. Here it is again. I'm going to take a screenshot of it and post it. Yeah, I just took a screen. I just accepted Kid Chocolate for the third time. So obviously he's just a coward. Yeah, absolutely. Order 66, Uncle Dave. I tried to arrange an ass beating for Uncle Dave, and I couldn't get my fellow Misfits to do it with me. What I wanted to do was we all go over to Jason's house. Then I was going to send Uncle Dave a text message that we were at Jason's condo and wait for Uncle Dave to show up. Kid Chocolate is Scott Miller. I've never heard of Scott Miller, so. All right, this is boring. All right, well, my whole plan just went up in flames. All right, guys, I'm going to call it quits.